The Kansas City Chiefs are like a chess team, not checkers players. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're always a step ahead. In this game, it felt like they were just sitting back and letting things unfold. They practically gave the Denver Broncos the win by sitting out key players and making questionable decisions. Even though Carson Wentz could have performed better, the Chiefs' play calling was lazy, and that allowed the Broncos to capitalize. Because of that, the Cincinnati Bengals are officially out of the playoff picture. Their playoff hopes are over. They're going to watch the Super Bowl and the rest of the playoffs from the couch. They had a slim chance, but it's gone now. The Jets are on track to beat the Dolphins, which would have made all the difference for the Bengals. But now it's too late. The Bengals thought they could sneak in, especially after some lucky wins, but in the NFL, you have to win more than 9 games to make the playoffs. It's as simple as that. The Chiefs have ended their season twice this year, first by not helping them out with a win, and then by beating them early in the season. If the Bengals had beaten the Chiefs, they would have had 10 wins and might have had a shot at the playoffs. But even with Patrick Mahomes playing a bad game with 2 interceptions and under 160 yards, the Chiefs still found a way to win. So, what's the Bengals' excuse now? They just didn't play well enough. Joe Burrow hasn't been terrible this season, but the Cincinnati Bengals have certainly struggled. From the beginning of the year, things didn't look good for them. They lost to the Patriots, then to the Chiefs, putting them at 0-2. After that, they were already in trouble. They dropped to 0-3 after a loss to the Commanders, and even though they picked up a win over the Panthers, they quickly lost to the Ravens, leaving them with a 1-4 record. The Bengals were fighting an uphill battle all season. Joe Burrow, despite the team's struggles, had an incredible year on a personal level. With nearly 5,000 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, and no interceptions, he played like an MVP. Unfortunately, those stats weren't enough to push his team into the playoffs. This is where Patrick Mahomes shines. He didn't have to put up insane numbers, but he did what was necessary when it mattered most, leading his team to a 15-1 record. It's a reminder that being a winning team is more important than flashy stats, and the Chiefs, with their winning mentality, stand above the Bengals. A lot of people have pointed to the Bengals' victory over the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game last year as a sign of their dominance, but that win was more about the Chiefs making costly mistakes. In the second half, the Chiefs completely gave the game away, and that's why they lost. The Bengals were never really as strong as people believed. They made it to the Super Bowl, but lost to the Rams, proving they weren't this unstoppable powerhouse that some thought they were. It's good to see the truth come to light, and hopefully, some Bengals fans can acknowledge this reality too. I want to make sure everyone hears what I'm saying, not just Chiefs fans. This isn't about being petty. It's about how things played out. Even though the Chiefs beat the Bengals in the AFC Championship, that rematch still stings. When a team comes into your house, Arrowhead, and completely turns things around in the second half, embarrassing you, it stays with you. The Chiefs will never forget that loss to the Bengals because it cost them a Super Bowl appearance. No matter how many titles they win after that, the Bengals took that chance away. So, knocking the Bengals out of the playoffs in the way we just did feels like the best possible outcome. Honestly, I don't see much of a future for the Bengals. They've got a strong offense, but I don't think that's enough to keep them at the top. If they want to have long-term success, they need to shift their focus, maybe trade someone like T. Higgins to strengthen their defense. Right now, their all-offense approach just isn't going to work, especially in a division with Lamar Jackson and his top-tier defense. The Ravens are a serious contender with both incredible defense and a quarterback who can do it all. Plus, the Browns are always capable of an upset. This division belongs to Lamar Jackson, and the Bengals are in trouble. This video is different from my usual ones because the Bengals' future doesn't look bright, and I had to say it. This isn't about stats or anything else. It's about the Cincinnati Bengals. As a franchise, they're done. Bengals fans love to talk trash, always running their mouths and hoping we don't make the playoffs or sneak in. Well, we're not letting that happen this year. Even if the Chiefs were to somehow make a crazy comeback right now, down 24-0 to the Broncos, this video would be irrelevant, but that's not going to happen. We're not coming back in this game, especially with Carson Wentz and a bunch of backups on the field, so we can safely say the Bengals are out of the playoffs. Bengals fans don't have anything to cheer about right now. Maybe next year, but this season is over for them. I haven't even decided on the title for this video yet, but one thing is for sure, we've ended their playoff hopes, and that's the point of this video. I'm hoping a lot of Bengals fans come to this channel to voice their frustration. I want to hear them cry, talk trash, and hate on me, and of course, I want my usual supporters to defend me in the comments. Let's have some fun with this one. If this video gets the usual views, it's going to be a blast trolling Bengals fans. At the end of the day, the NFL is all about competition and everything counts. The Chiefs were in the position to help the Bengals get into the playoffs. They really thought we were going to go out there and beat the Broncos for them? Not happening. Letting Mahomes and the Chiefs play was never in question. The Bengals should have known they weren't going to make the playoffs since yesterday. Honestly, they might as well have just lost to the Steelers and saved themselves the disappointment. At least now, with no Monday night game, we can start focusing on the actual playoff picture. Tomorrow, I'll be putting together a great video, breaking down the playoffs and making some bold predictions. You know I've got the Chiefs going all the way to the Super Bowl. As for the Bengals, they're in serious trouble. They're not making the playoffs. It's over for them. No hope, no chance left. The Chiefs are moving forward and we're aiming for that three-peat. We're going to win another Super Bowl, and I'm not worried about the jinx comments. I've been saying we're going to win the Super Bowl every year, and look where we are, 2 championships later. So, no, I'm not jinxing anyone. And honestly, jinxes don't work against Patrick Mahomes anyway. Let's go, Chiefs.